what is the importance of coming out to vote and voting for the ideal candidate. As citizens, do we have any rights to demand from these people we voted in power certain rights, privileges, or responsibilities? If we do, what are those things? So we want to create awareness in those areas. Thank you very much. So with that, I call Mr. Jide Ojo to do his presentation.
Let me formally introduce myself. Jide Ojo is the name. I'm program manager with International Foundation for Electoral Systems. First is the function of leadership recruitment. Today, political parties help to recruit leaders. Leaders through two major means. The first one is leadership recruitment into the party structure. We just witnessed last week the incoming of a new leader for People's Democratic Party, isn't it? We used to have Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, now we have Alhaji Ahmed Muazu from Bauchi State. On the other flank, they also recruit leaders into elective offices. And when we say elective offices, we are talking of positions from president down to the councillorship. Councillor is the lowest from ward level. You produce councillors, you move to the status of chairman of the local government, status of assembly, you have federal House of Representatives, you have the Senate, then you have the presidency, which is one slot. It is political parties in Nigeria today that recruit all these leaders, both into the party structures as well into elective offices. They also play the role of articulation and aggregation of interest. Constitution has recognized the political parties as the platform through which you can get into any elective office. It's also the fact that there is no provision in our law for independent candidacy. So you cannot run as an independent like Ross Perot, which we all know is a perpetual contestant in America. He's always contesting, but he never won. He never cared because the system there permits what we call independent candidacy. As it is, as of today, I don't know for tomorrow. We are still going through the constitutional review process. It may change. We may have a hybrid where we have independents running alongside with party candidates. But from all indication, in terms of institutional recognition, today it is the party that you and I vote for when we cast our ballot. It is not individual. Thank you very much for your attention.
Now I would like to call upon Mr. Chigozie Ebure to tell us his own thoughts on why we should vote for the candidate.
I am here today to speak on behalf of the school that says voting candidates other than parties is a better option for us all. Each time I look at the option given to us for the topic, I always ask myself the question, do we actually have political parties so called, both in definition and in practice? Any party that does not have ideology will be very difficult for you to trust, because ideology goes with manifesto. From in the developed world, in America and the rest of them, from their manifesto, you'll be able to know that this party is a liberal party or a conservative party. In Nigeria, can you call, apart from the description of that very slogan to some parties by their members, can you say that this party is actually progressive? Another issue I want us to look at is the issue of structures. Yes, individuals make up party. Party does not stand alone. And without wasting most of our time, I wish to state that I have a document I shared amongst us here. That document here, it carries on how to decide on the best candidate for an election. It is a document provided by an organization in America, women organization for that matter. I went through it, I had interaction with them through it, and I saw the essence of what they wrote there. Because you must have this very information. Education, they say, is power. You must have this very information to be able to decide, analyze all the candidates representing different parties for you to be able to state particularly this is the person I will vote. It is on how best you can be able to assess them. And even without missing word, that we should always, in every election, look at candidates, not parties, so that this country will progress. Thank God.
It's not a win or lose situation. The focus of Speaker's Corner events are 4 E's: education, enlightenment, empowerment, and entertainment. Now is the time for all of us here to make our own contributions, give our own inputs, and share some experiences we've had.
First of all, I believe that the political system that we have in followed a system that has been in existence among us as how do you pick your class prefect or an individual? If we pick the person who we vote for, whether it's a party or an individual, if we follow my friend that says that we choose party, we vote for party, not an individual. But he also gave an example of individuals that felt cheated in a party and went to a party that some people call marginal and actually won. But you've never seen a party that says in this election, because INEC said that parties are the ones you vote for, we are not going to put up any candidate. We are going to put our name on the ballot and let people vote for us. Now, how many people have seen that? Bottom line at the end of the day is who has been able to deliver dividends of democracy to your community.
Loudest voice you have in your life, because every 4 years you get to speak without vote. And when you have that opportunity every 4 years to speak, please speak loud, speak very clear. I mean, we Nigerians, we are supposed to be very loud people. So please let your vote speak so loud that they will hear anywhere in the world. Thank you very much.
I think first and foremost we must come back to Nigeria and what obtains here. At this point in time, we have no provision for independent candidates. And the way I see it, I think the problem at this point in time is because the parties do not have internal democracy to select the best candidates possible. I think somebody quoted the example of Amechi. Amechi went through the primary, so why was it necessary to remove him and place another person? Fortunately, at this point, if you don't belong to a party, you're even a non-starter. No matter how good you are, you can't even start. And it is because these parties lack internal democracy that they threw up all these wrong people. Because the good people want to contest, there are people who would want to go and serve their communities and serve this nation. But if an independent candidate is going to contest against powerful parties, the APCs of Tinubu that they own, that is also a problem. So we must begin to apply the rules in terms of how much money should be spent, how much money should be contributed, and let the good people, and the good people are known in every community, then they will come out. As it is, it's dog eat dog. I mean, I have a lot of friends who were active in the civil society, who were active in labor. But in the National Assembly, I don't hear their voices anymore. So,
when you are eating, you don't talk.
Well, so, really, it's been a very good debate. Both sides had made their points, and both sides were very convincing. But in the Nigeria of today, where we have APC, aspirin and Panadol, let me call them that way. They are all giving us headache. I really hope that, we will all engage in this process of choosing the best candidates for the next elections. To tell you the truth, the signs are not very good at the moment. Thank you.
I am a consultant, and I also do a little bit of social activism. And while I was preparing, when I saw the invitation, what he asked was, how would I vote? And the truth of the matter is, I would vote the individual. I'm one of those who have been very loud in saying that come 2015, I will sit at home and watch what happens from the comfort of my home. Reason, I don't have confidence in anybody who is coming out. Now, what happens when you take such decisions? The party wins, and that is the painful part. When you say, oh, I'm disappointed in this person, and because of that, let me try the lesser devil, which is what we have been hearing. You know, there are two devils, choose the, and I say, no, governance is not for devils, governance is not for crooks. Crooks belong in the prison yards. Can we have an individual who is who is interested in moving this country forward? But my point is this, we vote the individual, like it or not. But the people who benefit from that decision we make is the party. And it's unfortunate that there is no internal democracy. They have little or no ideologies. They are here today, gone tomorrow. You see what is happening in APC. I can't for the life of me understand why somebody moves from PDP to APC today. Tomorrow, sorry, I'm calling them tomorrow they are moving from APC back to PDP. What exactly is going on? We are becoming confused. Stay in one place. There is no ideology. Everyone is doing what we call belle politics. Where is it going to favor me? Wherever it favors me is where I want to find myself. Now, I believe that the power still rests in us. As it stands right now, we cannot do without having to say, okay, we don't like this man's face, so we're voting for the other man's face. And by voting for the other man, this party wins. But if we're voting you in, you have to walk. At the end of the day, the power lies with us. Thank you.
And I'm not going to take much of your time. I think just what I wanted to say was that, as the first speaker has said before, that no matter how we paint it, the party automatically gets the vote. Whoever we vote for, whether it's our candidate or not, it is the party that automatically wins. But then one thing I want to say is that, which means our candidates are making the wrong choice. If we have a candidate who we believe is going to work, and then that candidate is not able to get a credible party that he can come out of, then the issue lies with our candidates. Because even if we follow him to wherever he goes to, APC, PDP, it's the same thing. It's the party that still takes the vote. Have we checked around and seen that these people have decamped from PDP, not to go to a party that is competing with them, but one that is lesser, and they're ready to raise it up to what it should be now? That's just what I want to add.
Again, I am an advocate, for an independent candidate. That's why even when we participated in the last Nigerian Constitution Review, we dwelt extensively on, the National Assembly, to find a way of ensuring that independent candidate, is achieved in Nigeria. I think with that we would have been able to move a step ahead. We should also be able to know if this candidate can guarantee progress and good governance. Sum of all I'm saying is, if this candidate can guarantee progress and good governance in Nigeria, I think that with that we should be able to think that voting for the candidate is better than the party, because in the past the party has not been fair to us. Candidate with a good blueprint will be able to represent us well, because what we expect is a society that is worth living. Thank you very much.
Nigeria, the law says you must be a member of a political party. And I don't want to say that we vote individuals or we vote political parties, because the truth is, if you look all through Nigeria, different states vote parties, some states individual. I can give you an example. Amechi's states have been mentioned here. Amechi's case is a classical example of party. Till tomorrow, PDP will ever vote. Rivers State will ever vote PDP. In Anambra State, they will always vote APGA. Jonathan's election was as a result of individual. It wasn't because, people were tired of PDP, people were angry with PDP, but Jonathan came and they saw a different person. His personality helped him a lot, and everybody voted for him. Just like Mr. Ojo said, in Lagos State, a lot of people said, governorship, ACN, presidential, Jonathan. They didn't want to call PDP, but that's a lie. That's the truth. Because the truth is that on the ballot paper, there's no individual there. It's the political party that you have there. So I want to, if you look at the case of Yuguda as well, that's why Yuguda also moved from ANPP back to PDP. So, and also, I've also personally people who, in some states where you have party alignments, in the case of Oshinkafi in Borno State, is ANPP. You can't run away from that. Obi and APGA, Zamfara. Then I talked about Uduagan, PDP. Look at our brother Festus. He went to contest, is it Senate?
Yeah.
Under APC. And he failed. What position have we taken? As individuals, as groups, as youth, what positions have we taken? These are the questions I'm asking. Let Ganifa Amif try the election this way. I mean, for God's sake, let's look at it. It's not about, I mean, there's a saying that people say, they say when you have what do you call it now? When you have 10 APC bigwigs, chieftains come, you have 2 billionaires. But when you have 10 PDP men come, you have 12 billionaires.
My name is Salis Hussaini Idris. I'm a political correspondent with News Agency of Nigeria. As for me, actually what is happening in Nigeria today is a clear indication of systemic decay. Over the years, individuals have accumulated power. They have, assumed power. They have assumed more powerful than the institutions. And that is why today we are having this problem. And that is why I want to, agree with the speaker that emphasize on the need for Nigerians to, vote for candidates than the political party. Of course, the candidate must be a member of a political party. We should open our eyes so that we shame these people, because this